Welcome to this new video of my Jakarta EE Quick Start Guides. In this video I want to show you how you can deploy a Jakarta EE 8 application to WildFly with IntelliJ. So since WildFly version 18, it's now also Jakarta EE compatible alongside Payara, OpenLiberty and Glassfish. And to deploy your Jakarta EE 8 application, you first have to download WildFly. For this, go to wildfly.org. Then within the downloads section, you can download the latest version. Make sure to always download the full version in the zip format and then unzip it. I already did this, so we can switch to IntelliJ. I'm using a sample project to deploy, to show you how the deployment works. So it's a JAX application which returns a simple message which gets injected with microprofile config. So there is a config properties file where this message is coming from. So nothing special here, simple Jakarta EE 8 application. What's there in addition is this JBoss web XML file. So this will make sure the application is deployed in the root context and not on their context, which is coming from the name of the WAR file. So this is totally optional, but I'm always using this as I'm not deploying multiple applications to one application server. Don't get confused by this JBoss prefix. This is the former name of WildFly. And there's also this JBoss Enterprise Application server from Red Hat where you get paid support, and WildFly is more or less a community project. So to now deploy it, we have to add a configuration within IntelliJ. So click Add Configuration. Within here, also search for JBoss, and there won't be a WildFly plugin, but this JBoss server plugin also works for WildFly. Once you select it, we have to configure the application server. So you have to go through the folder where you downloaded it, and then select the unzipped folder, and it will detect the version. Click on OK. So for this example, I don't want to open a browser, but you can do it. You can select the Java runtime with which to launch the application server. So 11 is OK. The operating mode, standalone, as we don't run this in a cluster and it's just for local development. Another important thing to do is select the actual WAR file in the deployment tab. So click here on Add and select the WAR file you want to deploy. Finally, we can give it a name. So let's call it WildFly 18. And then click on Apply and hit OK. To now launch the application server, simply hit the green Start button. And then it will start JBoss and you will get the proper JBoss output. Here you already see the application got deployed. So let's check this. Let's curl for it and we get our proper output. So if you don't use this JBoss web XML, make sure to actually see under which web context your application got deployed. So right here, WildFly outputs on which web context the application got deployed. So in my example, it's the root context. If yours is different, make sure to adjust your curl statement. So now we can make any change to our application or develop the application further, like let's do here a to uppercase. Save it. To now redeploy the application, select it here in the deployment window and click this green arrow to deploy it. And you will see it got redeployed in under 1 second. And we can also check that we now get the uppercased example. And this is working here. What you can also do is start the server in debug mode. So if you want to debug your application, let's say a JAX endpoint is somehow misbehaving, you might want to start it in debug mode. You can also do this. It's a classic debug icon here. So now it was deployed in debug mode and we can hit we can enter a breakpoint here. And then if we hit again our endpoint, we should see the traditional IntelliJ debug view, and you can do whatever you want with this debug mode now. So that's everything I wanted to share with you. Have fun deploying your application to WildFly.